bad. What up, YouTube? What up, Instagram? They let me live, y'all. I can't believe it. They had me banned for like 2 months, yo. But we're gonna talk about DMX funeral and memorial services. Now that it's said and done, I think we could talk about it. Some people might not like some of the stuff I got to say. Some of y'all about to get your asses clowned royally. I miss y'all too, man. It's so much stuff that I got to talk to y'all about, man. Andrew Brown. It's open. Whoo! Okay, let's get into it now. What up, YouTube? I miss y'all niggas. I miss y'all women. I miss y'all fellas. No hizzo, mozo, pause, and all that. But I miss y'all, man. I love y'all. Um, God, there's so much to talk about. So much to talk about. So much to talk about. Let's see. Where do I begin? Where do I begin? Okay, I gotta do one more thing, and I'm gonna get this started, y'all. Let's see. You know what? I'm just gonna worry about that right now. So, joke, no joke, truth be told, all day, every day, even on your birthday. My Cash App is misspelled, y'all. It sure is. Thank you. Appreciate you very much. Ethel 337. Thank you, bro. I'm on Cash App. Oh man, I got so much to talk about. This might be a 3-hour show. Oh my God. And thanks for letting me know I spelled this wrong. Let's get this going. All right. Check it out. Joke, no joke. Learn from mistakes. DJ Acid, that's the great. Ain't no telling you be a first time felon. No telling when you be a first time felon. Neil, good looking for the Cash App. Patreon gang in the building. I gotta put this link in there. Let me see something. It's all bad. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Come on in. Okay. All righty. All right, one more thing, and then I'm all the way ready for y'all. How many of y'all saw the funeral, man? If you saw the funeral, put some prayer hands up. If you saw the funeral, put some prayer hands up. I need to know that I'm not talking for nothing. Because I get tired of people calling me, yo, Choke, what happened with so-and-so? Because they see me do a post or something, or they don't want to do the research. They don't want to sit down and watch the content. They just want you to tell them everything. That kills me when people do that. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what happened? Yo, the video's up there. Everybody else watched it. Why can't you watch it? You niggas always want to break that. So yo, I'll post up. Wait, yo, shout out to Irv Gotti for keeping it real. Whoa, whoa, whoa. But the timing was bad. Yo, Cho, what did Irv say? Nigga, Google it. Go on Instagram, look. Everybody else know what I'm talking about. Why don't you know what I'm talking about? Yo, what Irv say? Yo, my nigga, if you can type what did Irv say on my page, you could type Irv Gotti in the hashtag and see what he said. Or go to Google. What did the Irv Gotti say about DMX? Why do I got to get on the phone and tell y'all niggas what he said? Why do I got to explain it? And it's right there for y'all. Like, some of y'all real lazy, boy. And I know one of y'all watching, and I'm talking about you. It may not be you in particular, but it is you. You fall under that category as the person that hit me up or put a message in a text message. I mean, a comment asking me what did Irv say. All right, I'm all the way ready now. Yvonne, good looking. Thanks for the cash app. I appreciate you. Appreciate you more than you know. More than you know. All right, let's get to it now. I'm all the way ready. Let me see who in the building. God, they on the Mark William. Good looking for the donation. In the super chat. All right, yeah. A lot of y'all saw the funeral. I see a whole lot of eyes. Whole lot of hands. Whole lot of hands. Whole lot of prayer hands. All right, so I'm gonna start first with Mark. Good looking, Mark. Appreciate you. Well, first let me say this. Rest in peace, Andrew Brown. Because a lot of y'all been hitting me up and sending y'all prayers to the family and to me as well, telling me, be careful and dealing with, these protests and everything. And like I said, the other day, I don't even know how many days it's like. I'm lost in days. I'm lost in hours of sleep. I'm not an activist. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know that that's not my MO. You know what I'm saying? But I am a person that y'all know that care and fight for truth no matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? And in this situation, this is another true situation as well as, it's my people's family. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of stuff with that is still in the dark. We don't know much. But tomorrow things may change and I'll update y'all tomorrow. I may be even going live to bring y'all the news as it come out. If there's a press conference tomorrow, I'm not sure. If it is, then I will stream it live for y'all to be updated and know what's going on. But what I want to do say is that I have a great respect for some activists. Constant marching, constant prayers, constant. I probably prayed this much. I probably prayed so much in this last week with different people that I don't know, but all have good hearts and stuff. Celeste, good looking. Appreciate the cash out, love. Thanks for the support. Um, I think I prayed more in this last week than I did this year with people that I don't know, people that I never met. But when you see these tragedies happen, it kind of brings something out of a lot of people that where we for a moment in time, people aren't judging each other and everybody's coming together for whether it's peace, justice, or whatever. But I wish that it could be like that every day with us in our communities. The love that I'm seeing in this city, and it's a small city, but I watched protests go on for days. I didn't see a window get broken. I didn't see a fire start. I didn't see an argument. I didn't see a fight. I didn't see any confrontations with the police. And I think that if us as a people, the way we come together when there's a tragedy, if we could just live in our neighborhoods like that amongst each other, a lot of us would get so much further in life. A lot of kids would be educated. It would be less probably drugs in the community. It would probably be less violence in the community. It would probably be less murders in the community. If we had the same energy that we have when we see what happened to George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Andrew Brown, all these people, I get to, that list is so long. I'll be naming people for years, but that same energy that we have when we all together in these rooms and we praying and people crying and stuff, why can't we have that same energy just on a regular day in the community? Or like today, I went to go visit my man today, my cousin, and I went to his job, right? And he works at a 7-Eleven. So I go to the 7-Eleven, just, stand in there and kick it with him and stuff. And while we stand, I'm standing off to the side while he working and stuff, and I'm trying to wait till there ain't no customers in the store, but 7-Eleven frequent people. So while we in there, a girl comes driving in a parking space, and she got close to this white lady's car, but she didn't hit it. And the white lady, like, yo, you almost hit my car, this and that. And before the girl can even apologize, like, oh, I'm sorry, but I didn't hit your car, but she was gonna apologize. The white lady started talking crazy to her and just went over to her and started swinging. Now they started fighting, and now the black girl's beating her ass. Now I'm in the store, and I know I should mind my business, but minding your business in some of these situations don't work. And fresh thing off my mind with the young lady that just got killed by the cop. You know what I'm saying? I seen how it was a dude on this side kicking another girl in the head, and then I see a whole bunch of other people out there. Even when the more of the content came out, and you got a wider angle, there's so many people out there. You mean tell me none of y'all thought about stopping that fight? Yeah, none of y'all thought about stopping these girls from fighting. Some of y'all is out there filming and recording and mad at the police because you film and record. Why are you filming the fight instead of stopping it? Why? Why are you filming the fight instead of stopping it? So I'm just saying that to say, because while we in the 7-Eleven, a fight, they start fighting. Now I'm looking straight through the glass. I don't know this white lady from nowhere. I don't know this black girl from nowhere. All I know is I see two women fighting and there's people standing around. I run out the store and I grab them both and I separate them. Stop, stop. What are y'all doing? So the black girl, she got her hair like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, mopping, and I'm like taking her fingers, really, yo, let her go, let her go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, I did. I'm on the YouTube Live. I was just talking about you at the job, the fight and shit. But I'm gonna call you back when I get off. Oh, yo, you coming? You coming through? All right. I'm gonna call you when I get off. All right. My bad. Instagram. I got a phone call real quick. Um, so I break up the fight, right? And I got hit a few times in the midst of breaking it up, but as you can see, I ain't getting no damage done. But um, who's to say where that fight would have led to? Who's to say if that lady or that girl had a weapon in their car? But the fact that me seeing it happen and I ran outside and broke it up, you know, and it was still customers in the store, and it was another guy that was there that was waiting on the girl that helped me at some point break it up. Sweet D, what up? And then even my family came running out from behind the counter his job, and he ran out there to help break it up. So I'm just saying all that to say that we can either stand around and watch people fight and kill each other, or we can intervene and create some peace. You know what I'm saying? So I know most of us are taught to mind our business, but if you see two young girls fighting and one got a knife, why don't y'all break it up? Diffuse the situation, opposed to being mad at the cop because he killed this girl when y'all could have stopped her from and the other girl from even getting into an altercation that led to a point where somebody got shot. All y'all niggas standing around watching this. Do any of y'all feel sorry that was there at that scene? Any of y'all that was there at that scene today, even you, the person who filmed it, for us to see that the cop shot her. Did you ever think about putting your phone down and getting in the middle and breaking it up? Or before the girl even went in the house to get the knife, did y'all ever think about breaking it up? Is your first reaction when seeing the fight pulling out your phone, putting in your code, swiping over to the camera, pressing the camera, swiping it over the video, press record, and then start recording the fight? That's your first instinct when you see a fight? Is to pull your phone out, put your code in, go to the camera, swipe over the video, press record, and start filming, opposed to breaking it up with people that you grow up in your neighborhood. Now this girl is dead. All y'all that stood around that could have diffused it should be feeling some guilt. I hope y'all niggas can't sleep at night. I hope y'all girls can't sleep at night. I hope she's haunting y'all if you didn't try to diffuse it. If you did not try to diffuse it, she should be haunting y'all. What is this thing where people run to their phones instead of not running to break some shit up? Where else, star? Where else? Yo, when I go back in the store and me and my family building, a white dude in the store started going world star for the fight. Like World Star has become what's the word I'm looking for? World Star has become a phrase that means film something when incidences happen. Film it instead of stop it. That's what World Star means. World Star. From fights to, oh man, I'm gonna move on from that. I just like it bothered me watching that video, seeing that girl get shot while a cop, and it's like 5 to 10 people standing out there, and then everybody's mad at the cop, but nobody's mad at these. I ain't gonna curse. Nobody's mad at the people that stood around there and watched the fight happen. Now everybody's pissed at the cop, but we all should be pissed at the people that stood there and couldn't diffuse a situation with their own neighborhood. Y'all knew these girls. Y'all know these girls. They're not ignorant, but they're young in mind. You would sit there and really watch this girl stab that girl? What if the cops didn't come? Y'all really was stand there and watch this girl just stab her to death? And then what? Y'all was say, World Star, World Star, World Star. And the same person that was filming that, if the cop didn't come and she stabbed that girl, what you was going to do? Post her stabbing the girl up? Just like these niggas that want to post videos of niggas getting shot in bodegas and stuff like that. The person that was filming that, you is just as guilty as that cop. You're not at fault, but you just as guilty because you could have stopped it. Instead of filming it, you could have got in front and said, girl, no, don't do that. Shout out to everybody in Elizabeth City. Y'all set a precedent for what it is to have a peaceful protest. And I know there's been other peaceful protests around the city, but y'all didn't, I seen them cut off bridges so people couldn't come from other places to come in and burn their city down and loot. And the police in Elizabeth City is not the people that killed Andrew Brown. Those are the cops, the deputies from the sheriff's department of the county. He don't even live in the county. They came out of their jurisdiction. No warrant. They saying they have a warrant. They still haven't produced a warrant. Come on, how many of y'all know? If the police got a warrant and the warrant is signed by a judge and everything is on the A and up and up, how long do it take for you to see a warrant? They haven't produced a warrant, yet alone the footage, the camera footage, the body cam footage. They didn't even show the warrant that they said they had to go up in this man's house. How you don't have the warrant? This is the reason why y'all went in there. Y'all showed him, or y'all supposed to present the warrant going in. So where's the warrant today? Why don't y'all have the warrant? It's been since Wednesday. Y'all don't have the warrant? Let's say say there was no video. And then all they had to do was produce the warrant to show that this was on the up and up. They haven't shown the warrant. The warrant. I ain't even talking about the body cam. The warrant. They haven't shown the warrant. That's how crazy this is. And I think that, that they felt like maybe because this was a small little town and so much probably has happened in the small little town that they got away with. They never thought that the family would have a person that knew people of power. I didn't even realize how much power I had in my resources, in my Rolodex. You know, for me to have, Kirsten John Foy, Phil Gates, Eric Garner's mother here in the town, when they walked in that room at that last press conference and they saw that Eric Garner mother was there, and shout out to Kirsten for bringing her, that's changed the president of the room, my niggas. When I tell you it was like Martin Luther King walked in there or something like that, yo, this lady's energy, for all the pain that she endured, like I seen people walk up to her and just cry because they knew about the Eric Garner story. I seen people shake her hand, eyes just water. Like this lady, hold on a second, give me a second. This lady came down here. She's not a young lady. She's an older lady. You know what I'm saying? So, but the fact that she supports so many people, and I've seen her at funerals for so many people that got killed by police. But the fact that she came here, you know what I'm saying, and never even met me, never met my peoples. And just from a phone call, for me calling one person, brought all this people here. I didn't know that I had this much love. I didn't know it. You know what I'm saying? And the people that I got with me for the situation even got Ben Crump to represent the Suns. And I know people say, oh, Ben Crump, he's the avalanche. That man's the Johnny Cochran of what he do for these families. You call him what you want, he get results. This man came through for me. For me. And all this love these people are giving me is just because on what I stand for. Me telling the truth about the industry, me just keeping it real, me just helping people. They reciprocating this love for what I do. This is what they tell me. So I never thought that, like, I don't get, this ain't no job for me. I just tell the truth because I don't want the people coming behind me to get robbed and raped like so many of us do. You know what I'm saying? So I just do what I do. But they just telling me, yo, we support you because of who you are and what you do. And they all hear Bakari, Sellers, CNN. They call me it ain't no assistants calling me. It ain't no assistants texting me. It's them personally. So I say all that to say that I don't know if this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm just following what my heart is doing. From down with them girls fighting today and breaking that up to me helping these people. I ain't do it for nothing. I ain't do it. This ain't about no money, nothing. I ain't getting nothing for this. This is why I say I got a different respect for these activists, because I'm here. Nobody's paying for me to eat. I gotta pay for myself to eat. The hotels, rooms, nobody's paying for that. Do you understand? I'm not doing this for no settlement, no money. I'm not getting nothing out of this. I'm just trying to help people get justice, because I got a reach that some people don't. And now I realize that my reach is further than what the fuck I thought. I thought I had baby arms, alligator arms. Nigga, my reach is like plastic, man. Which I ain't saying all y'all niggas start calling me for help. You know what I'm saying? But I just didn't know that people respected me on the level that the people that I respect made a move like this for me and didn't ask for $1. Even the people, Kirsten and all of them that came through, they didn't say, yo, Choke, we need money. Yo, Choke, you got to put us in the hotel. Yo, Choke, you got to put flies down here. They came down on their own dollar. Because I asked them to. It ain't no guarantee that justice will be served, but the fact that they did it, I don't know. But I'm gonna move on, because this was about DMX. Now, let's start with the memorial service. Rest in peace, DMX, first of all. I love the convoy. I'm not gonna lie. All the bikes following the coffin. I don't think his body was in that coffin. I don't think nobody that was watching it thought that his body was in that coffin. Like, if you know New York roads is the worst roads in America. There's so many potholes and bumps and bruises in the roads that him on a monster truck, no, you're not going to tell me his body was in there. No way in hell was his body in there. I know. The thought of it is dope. Yeah, but it was a symbolization. As you can see, that wasn't even the same coffin from yesterday. Today wasn't the same coffin from yesterday. I doubt highly that his body was in there, but the look of it, I think it was big. It was bigger than Biggie's. Driving Biggie into Brooklyn, like that was major. So shout out to Rough Riders, and not only in New York. I seen dudes in Cali, in different states. They all was riding like at the same time, even though they wasn't in New York. Like that, that was beautiful. That was big. That was definitely big. It was emotional. I felt more. It touched my soul more seeing all those bikes follow that coffin than it. I didn't feel nothing touched my soul about that memorial service. The first one, it was very dark. I didn't like Kanye and them in the hoods. Kanye wearing a fucking mask. Like, Kanye wearing that mask was spooky. All them quiet people in red in them hoods, and the lights dark, the red tent just looked like Bohemian Grove. Like, it would just look like a total ritual for me. People say, oh, DMX like red. I ain't see DMX wear red once in the last year. Not saying I saw the nigga every day. I didn't. I know what red symbolizes, and some of y'all out there know what it symbolizes. Um, I didn't like it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and cap. I'm not going. It's like I didn't like it. I did not like it. I did not like it. I did not like it, and I don't think that people say, "Oh no, DMX went to Kanye West Sunday services a few times." So what that mean? He went to Kanye West services. So what? He went to a lot of churches in his life. That don't mean that he would have did it the way they did it just because he went to Sunday service. I didn't like it. It was very demonic. It was very demonic. All that dark red, like I didn't like it, man. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I did not like it. What I did like about it was Styles P, who talked from the heart. I did like Dragon, who talked from the heart. I did like Jadakiss when he spoke. Um, I even like when Nas spoke. I felt like Nas was about to break down. Um, but what I didn't like in both shows, and I don't know what it may be, but I didn't like that Dame Grease didn't get to speak unless I missed it at the Barclay. I mean, the first show. I know I didn't miss Dame Grease on the second show because I sat there and watched, went through that whole 5 hour train wreck. I don't think they like, even in the eulogy. Wait, let me stick with the first show first. I didn't like that Kanye was on the pyramid. I didn't like that DMX coffin was on the pyramid. But this is my personal feelings. I'm not family. I don't have no say so on that. I'm just expressing my feelings. It was spooky. I didn't understand DMX coffin being on that pyramid with this big ass image is a bunch of black slaves. Like Kanye, what the fuck was that? Why you got all these slaves over this man coffin? And then you got a whole bunch of other black. I didn't. It was a little different, dogs. It was a little different. I don't know what point you was trying to make with that, with all those little black kids. Like it was just too dark and spooky. It was all red, then it was black and white. If you know, you know. Swiss says some interesting things. I would love to know who he was taking shots at. I'm gonna assume that Irv Gotti wasn't able to speak due to what he said about DMX died from an overdose of crack and with fentanyl in it. So I'm thinking that being that he spoke and said that prior, excuse me, to the funeral, they didn't let him speak, which I thought was odd because he's the reason why DMX was at Def Jam. He's a big part of DMX story. Why wasn't he able to speak? Same with Dame Grease. Big part of DMX beginning throughout. Why wasn't he able to speak? Now, the Barclays Center was nothing. Like, I was so disappointed, and I was like, "Oh, it wasn't no preacher there. This, that, and other." Boom. That wasn't the funeral joke. That was the memorial service. All right, boom. I didn't like it. That's my personal opinion. Some people loved Kanye and the singing and everything. That's cool. They don't know what I know, and they can't see as far as I could see. All they heard was Kanye music, and that's all they heard. Their eyes don't see what I see when I see certain things. So yes, those people can sing. Yeah, they can sing. And they sung way better gospel than Faith did tonight. With that said, let's get into tonight. The funeral service tonight made me feel a lot better. It was lit. We could see the people. It wasn't real dark. The red coffin, not my taste. But once again, that's not my place. Um, I don't know if the people that all performed today, it was a personal connection with DMX, and this is why they let these people perform. But I expected to see more bigger names. Not saying that these people aren't big that performed, but let me rephrase that. Not bigger names. I thought I was going to see more people from our culture representing DMX. Mary J. Blige is, maybe some Def Jam artists. I just felt there was an absence from the entertainment industry, from our culture, or the people that will be in the same CD rack of your collection with DMX music, or in the same playlist with the. I just didn't understand, outside of Faith, why didn't we get more artists from X genre to perform? I didn't understand that. Once again, it's not my place. The funeral was extremely long. 5 hours is definitely the longest funeral I ever attended or watched on TV ever. This is BET. I gotta, this is a funeral, so I'm trying to keep the truth, and without it coming across disrespectful and nobody getting hurt by what I'm saying, but trying to be honest as I can. The number one person that I loved the most was Tashira Simmons. That woman is a class act, dogs. She is a class act. If you did not see any part of the funeral service tonight, all you gotta do, if you don't want to sit through a whole 5 hours, just skip up right to Tashira Simmons' part. And just let it play. Do not skip it. Do not touch it. Do not do nothing. I'm live on YouTube, y'all, Patreon, Instagram. And listen to the words that she say. And I'm telling y'all, you can tell Tashera was biting her MFing tongue, especially after what she already endured and watched and had to go up behind a lot of stuff. And for her to stand there and not speak her 100% truth and sugarcoat it for the world, salute, hugs, kisses, everything to her, yo. Yo. Y'all see how many kids DMX had up there? 15 kids. Only 4 of those was Tashera's. And she been with DMX the longest. How many of y'all women out there could have did what she did? Where you got 4 kids with a man and you've been with him 30-something years. And he got 11 kids outside of you. And you've been with him the longest. And you could get up there and look at all these goddamn kids that were made while you were married to this man. Do you understand what I'm saying right now? Do y'all understand what I'm saying right now? Imagine your mother being married to your father. And he had, I don't know how many he had after they got divorced. But I'm going to say he had about maybe 5 to 8 kids during his marriage, maybe, judging by the ages. If your mother or your father had 8 kids, 8 kids during his marriage with your mother, how strong would you think your mother would be able to be to get up on that stage and look at all these motherfucking kids made outside of wedlock and still hold it together? How many of y'all chicks out here would have been able to hug the woman Did y'all see her hug that woman and tell her she loved that woman? That says she been with DMX for 10 years? Don't you know that crosses the timeline of Tashera's marriage? How strong is that woman, yo? How strong is that woman to deal with X during his addiction, infidelities, and still got up there and ain't say a mother effing thing bad about him? She didn't say one thing bad about DMX. And we know she got hundreds of stories because the kids in the front row just told it. And she said nothing bad about him. Yo, my niggas. Yo, I'm going to say this now because Swiss says something, and much love and respect to Tashera Simmons. Before I move on, let me give her that. Baby girl, you are a class act woman. Not only are you a class act, you looked fabulous up there. You looked like the superstar up there. I don't think nobody got on that stage looked as good as you, sis. You look like you sold 10 million goddamn albums and ain't had a stress in the world. And I know you done been through some goddamn stress in your life. You looked fabulous, sis. You look good. You look fabulous. And I know it was niggas in there that probably was drooling over you when you was with X. That looked at you now. You look 100 times better than you did in your prime age. I know they looked at you and just like, yo, look at her, yo. Niggas probably was drooling. You looked amazing up there. You held it together like a G. Like a G, Tashera. You are a gangstress to the, yo. You are the epitome of what every street nigga dreamed of having. A woman that will ride or die with you to the end. And I know y'all got divorced. Any woman in your shoes would have got a divorce. Like who's going to sit there and have a husband that got 10 kids outside of the marriage? We understand that. But the fact that you got up there and kept it 100 and kept that man on a pedestal, and you wasn't even with him at the time of his demise, sister. You preached the gospel. Yo, we gotta love you for that. Anybody that hate or say anything negative about you up there ain't nothing but a goddamn devil and a hater. I love what you did. I love what you did. And nobody up there did nothing better than what you did. I seen people use that time as an opportunity to promote. I didn't think that was the time for promotion. I didn't think it was the time for product placement, but that's none of my business. People do what they do when it's their stuff in their platform. They can do what they want. For me, I didn't think that it was tasteful. As a person that used to ride bikes, I wouldn't recommend kids or encourage kids to, at that age, to want to ride. I done seen too many kids die on bikes. I don't know. That part of it kind of threw me off. And it didn't happen once, it happened twice. And then I didn't understand that part. I didn't understand that part. And why don't be mad at me? Niggas gonna throw fuel on this. You do what you want. You built Rough Riders. That shit, your brand. It was just kind of weird with the presentation of the vest at a funeral. It's really weird. It's really weird. Moving on, Faith Evans. That was terrible, Faith. I don't know if you were sober, drunk. I don't know what the hell would it. Faith, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Stevie J, do not get mad at me. You know I love you. You probably gonna call my phone right now. That was embarrassing, Faith. I think you know the 5 P's. Somebody sent it to me. Preparation. Faith. That was horrible, Faith. You sounded horrible. I don't know why your throat sounded so dry. And then, Faith. I'm trying to be as respectful as possible. This was a funeral. Let me think of the right words to say. Faith, I think that y'all should have prepared. Not only it wasn't even live, Faith. Y'all recorded this. First, somebody recorded it with the phone up right. And then somebody, nah, y'all supposed to turn it the other way. And then you had to cut it and turn it the other way. You Instagram, this is over. Y'all gonna have to come to my YouTube or my Patreon. All right. Much love. Thanks for all the donations. All right, all the cash apps. Faith, you were supposed to prepare for this. I don't know if this was some last minute. It couldn't have been last minute because it was pre-recorded. Faith, you said you was from the church. Now, I know you done been around the devils for the last 20 years, but how do you forget the words to a gospel song and you came from the church, love? That shit was embarrassing, Faith. You look so bad. And then you sitting there, a R&B diva you once was. You may still consider yourself a diva never gets caught without no shoes on, sister. You on a national platform. No, this ain't national. You on a worldwide platform for DMX the Great's funeral. And you performing in your socks? Faith Evans, you got on national TV. Excuse me. You got on a worldwide platform. You perform and your voice sounds crappy. You don't have on shoes. You performing in your socks. Not only that, you don't know the words to a gospel song. And you from the church. And why would you do that song after Kanye and them just did it and bodied it? Now, there wasn't nothing wrong with the singing that Kanye thing. It was the imagery. But why would you sing the same song they sing and they killed it? Faith Evans, sister. They introduced you to perform for DMX. You knew you sounded so horrible and you didn't know the lyrics. You were turning around to the guy on the piano saying, what's the lyrics? What was, and then you start passing the goddamn microphone around? You mean to tell me you turned that into a freestyle session for DMX funeral? We didn't know these other people. And I'm sitting there telling the room that I'm sitting with, I'm like, yo, are they really trying to promote some new artists by having them sitting in the frame? Are you serious? And then you start passing the mic around for other people to sing. And none of y'all know the lyrics. None of y'all knew the lyrics. Faith, preparation, sister, for a funeral, you didn't prepare for this? Stevie J and the Black playing the drums? Yo, y'all was bugging. Like, you really passed the mic around Yo, dogs. Y'all disrespected DMX. None of y'all wouldn't, or half of y'all wouldn't have did the things y'all did if DMX was alive, yo. Yo, yo, man. And what's making me mad the most about Faith Evans is that it wasn't live. They sat there and watched what they recorded and decided to send that. Y'all didn't think to re-record. Oh, this looks bad. Oh my God, you didn't cut my feet out. I told you don't show my feet. I ain't have no shoes. I couldn't get no shoes. I told you to cut my feet out. Yo, we didn't know the lyrics. Come on, y'all. We can't send this to BET. We look crazy. You mean to tell me y'all didn't watch the playback and say, yo, we cannot send this? Or y'all just said, that's DMX. I don't give a fuck about that nigga. Yo, man, send that in. Lyor Cohen. Lyor Cohen. Oh, I pronounced it wrong. I'm sorry. That's how the preacher called him. Lyor Cohen. It is Lyor. How many of y'all heard what Lyor said? Let me let y'all hear what Lyor said.
Earl Simmons, we're all going to miss you. We loved the time that we spent together. You and I fishing in Lake George.
Well, where is this shit?
Everybody.
Oh, here we go. My bad.
The time that we spent together.
Message from Lyor Cohen.
You and I.
Oh, excuse me.
Fishing in Lake George.
Oh.
Hey, yo. Hey, just
Oh, here we go.
by way of video. The first, and I've got to make sure I pronounce this right because I messed up Weann. It's now Weann. I got you there. I'm going to remember you.
Come on, man. Which one is it?
So what looks like Lyor Cohen.
Said it right, buddy.
So what looks like Lyor Cohen.
You said it right,
They
buddy.
didn't give me this in seminary, you know that. Like I said, Lyor Cohen is going to bring a special message.
And why did he send his video looking like this, y'all?
Earl Simmons, we're all going to miss you. We loved the time that we spent together. You and I fishing in Lake George. Just talking about the simple things. Life. Joy. I had such a beautiful and special time with you. DMX, were going to run into a wall. The unfortunate thing is, you took my friend Earl Simmons with you. I hope that both of you rest in peace. The fuck this nigga just said?
Did y'all get that? Did y'all hear that? Oh yeah, y'all heard it. I could tell from the comments y'all heard that. I could tell from the comments y'all heard that. One second, y'all. I'm gonna play it one more time. This is a fucking crazy ass. Rest in peace, Black Raw. Be y'all. Now y'all know that Black Raw coming through on that goddamn 18-wheeler. If X went through like that, it's about to be whoa. All right. All right. I just want to play that one more time. Nobody's saying Black Raw gonna get the same treatment as DMX. But don't you ever underestimate Puff. That nigga's not gonna let nobody show him out. Hold on, let's play this again.
What looks like Lyor Cohen. So what looks like Lyor Cohen. You said it right, buddy. You give me this in seminary, you know that. Like I said, Lyor Cohen is going to bring a special message. Earl Simmons, we're all going to miss you. We loved the time that we spent together. You and I, fishing in Lake George, just talking about the simple things, life, joy. I had such a beautiful and special time with you. DMX, I knew you were going to run into a wall. The unfortunate thing is, you took my friend Earl Simmons with you. I hope that both of you rest in peace. The fuck this nigga just said?
That nigga had me tight. He had me tight with that. Like, I don't know if Animal Kitchen, good looking, man. Thanks for the donation. I appreciate you. I don't know if I'm pretty much sure he was saying the evil side took out the good side, or I guess you want to say the addict or whatever. I don't know what he was trying to say, but it just came off very wrong. Maybe he just don't know how to talk. He been around black people for a long time. He still didn't learn how to talk to us. That wasn't the proper language to be using. Minister Farrakhan was way better than Lyor Cohen. Kevin Liles said some great things. He tried to clean it up for the Def Jam crew. I wonder if Kaiser and Julie and all of them, why they ain't all gotta get up there and speak. If they even showed their face. I think Russell Simmons was a little bit honest when he talked about X, saying that, you know, I guess he talked to X about X addiction and, you know, being a former addict. And I guess he said that maybe he didn't try hard enough or talk to him enough about it. He said, I think he mentioned to X in a more of a sarcastic way and not in an enduring way or something to that magnitude. But I guess more or less he's saying if he knew that his demise would come at this time in his life, he probably would have stepped up a little more and talked to X a little more and tried to help him. But that's water under the bridge. That's crying over spilled milk. But I appreciate Russell at least saying that. You know what I'm saying? And acknowledging that DMX brought Def Jam back to life. Another thing that I didn't understand was why Irv not mentioned in the eulogy. How many of y'all caught that? They talked about DMX's life and they talked about him being signed to Columbia. And then they just missed. They jumped over Irv. They jumped over Dane Grease. And then made it look like Swiss Beats was the first producer that he worked with and he blew up. I didn't think that was cool. But, you know, Ariel, what up? God bless you too. Thank you. I appreciate the donation. I just ain't on Mark William, good looking for the donation if I didn't thank you earlier. They just skipped over Irv, they skipped over Dane Grease, and then they gave the props to Swiss, and then moved on, and then they mentioned Dane Grease around the Great Depression. I'm like, whoa, hold on. Why is Dane Grease getting shitted on all around the board when it comes to DMX? Did they fall out or he fall out with Rough Riders or something? Like, why wasn't Dane Grease at the memorial or the funeral? Why didn't he get to speak? Why do Swiss get all the fame and glory for DMX success? Without Get At Me Dog, I don't think that, I ain't gonna say that. Get At Me Dog introduced us all to DMX on a major level. Do anybody disagree with that? The first time you heard DMX was what? If you heard about him before Born Loser or whatever song he had before Get At Me Dog, fine. But Get At Me Dog, to me, is what made DMX a star. To Get At Me Dog, to me, is what changed the course of hip hop for a second. Get At Me Dog became a phrase. So why doesn't Dane Grease get recognition when it comes to DMX career? Because that's not even the only high joint he did for DMX. There's plenty. So why doesn't he get to speak? Tasha Tinkerbell, much love to you too. Thank you, love. Yolanda, what up? I see you. I don't understand why he didn't get to speak at neither one. And like, wow, you know, why didn't Irv get to speak? Maybe because of what he said about the drugs, but Irv was present at the funeral. I'm glad that I got to see that he was there because regardless to what Irv kind of starting to remind me of me just a little bit. Just a little bit. Only thing I just say it from the heart, and I'm not intoxicated or anything when I say, not saying that he was, but Irv played the game sometimes. Irv know how to play the game sometimes. But sometimes Irv want to keep it real. So that's why I say there's a little bit of Irv in me. Sometimes Irv say some shit. And it might not be the right time to say it, or it might not be something that people like. But you gotta respect that he's being honest. And when I say that to say, like, I know there's a lot of people that hate me or dislike me because I might say something that's the truth that they may not want to hear. And when Irv came out and said what he said about X overdosing and all the thing, that's when, whether it was true or not, but we all know that the first story that came out was X overdose and had a heart attack and went into a coma and everything. So whether what Irv is saying is true or not, I'm sorry, yeah, I'm yawning, but y'all know what I've been doing this last week. Um, Joey Dub, good looking for the cash out. Appreciate you. Irv, when I saw that and I'm like, all right, it could be true. It cannot be true. But why would Irv go out there and say some shit like that if it wasn't true? Why would he want to tarnish his man legacy and then sit in the funeral if it wasn't true? He didn't retract what he said. It just probably wasn't the right timing for it. But can you respect his honesty? Hell yeah. Because we all want to know the truth. Joey Dub, good looking. So that's what I mean about what I see a little of me and Irv got a little thing. Might say some shit that we know people ain't gonna like, but a lot of people don't like the truth. Most of the girls on Instagram don't like the truth. That's why they use the filters, because they know the true them is not that. But they know that using the filter covers the blemishes, covers the imperfections. So they use them to make them look like something that you're not going to see when you meet them in person. Same thing with the makeup, the wigs. You know what I'm saying? If you see the truth, you might not like it. So I respect Irv truth. Like I said before, I respected he said. Was the timing right? No. He could have did it tomorrow, right after the funeral. Because then we probably got to hear him speak. Janie, good looking. Thanks for the cash app. You know what I'm saying? So I just ain't like that Irv didn't get to speak at the memorial or the funeral because we know he's a big part of X story. Y'all gonna let Leo send in a video and Irv brought Lyor to DMX. Now, is that fair? This man ain't even a black man. He didn't know talent. It was Irv that knew the talent. You think that's fair that Lyor get to speak on DMX and then say some dumbass shit and Irv didn't get to talk? Because he said something that may be true that we don't know. But if DMX, we know DMX is his man. That nigga sat in the funeral. So he might just be telling us the truth because that was the first story. Good look at Marcel. So I don't know who else is missing. A lot of people's in my chat saying, where was Jay-Z? Jay-Z didn't, X didn't fuck with Jay-Z. Jay-Z ain't fuck with X. We know this. You know what I'm saying? Did you see Jay-Z give out a statement saying rest in peace? Send a video. Did you see Beyonce post rest in peace DMX? No. Because they don't rock with him. So there ain't no need to be fake because he dead. We all know that. You know what I'm saying? So he was at the Barclays Center, but don't expect him to get up there and so for niggas to boo him. Come on, man. X wasn't fake. If X was one of them fake rappers, yeah, he would have came up there and talked and all that other stuff. But he know better. X might haunt that nigga. But overall, man, I liked his kids up there talking. It was some more BS that I'm not gonna mention because I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. But honestly speaking, I know this is not even possible. But I swear to God, I wish X could have produced and directed his own goddamn funeral. Because it would have been a million times better coming from his vision. So, as you know, DMX is now sent off. We got to send off Black Rob and Shock G. Hip hop, we losing us. And it's starting to feel like I need to give this message to y'all young ones. If you're 25 and younger, I'm going to let you know that if you do hard drugs and alcohol, your life expectancy is going to be about another additional 25 years, maybe 35 years. If you want to live longer than that, I suggest be easy on the liquor, be easy on the hard drugs. And this generation, y'all on harder drugs than when we came up. Get yourself off them drugs. Be easy with the alcohol. Whether DMX died over or overdose or not, a lot of his health complications came from substance abuse. Black Rob, his demise came from a lot of alcoholism, abusing alcohol. He was a drinker, which took a wear and tear on his body, and your body is your temple. And it destroyed his kidneys and livers. And his kidneys. I don't know how his livers was, but if you don't want to be on dialysis, if you don't like needles, if you don't like hospital visits, then you could put yourself in a position of Black Rob. So don't be a fool and repeat the same steps these brothers did, because that would be called insanity. You learn from these brothers. You know what I'm saying? And don't make the same mistakes. Shock G, another one. I don't know what Shock G passed from, but I know Shock G was a substance abuser as well. Anybody that know him know that Shock G used to get twisted too. He used to hang with Parliament, George Clinton and them. You know, they high is a different type of high. But I'm sure that I don't know what Shock G passed from. But if you know anybody close to anybody in Digital Underground or anybody that's from Oakland or everything, they will tell you Shock G indulged in substance abuse as well. So let this be a lesson. You got DMX, one of the greatest lyricists. You got Black Rob, who was phenomenal with the lyrics and songs as well. You got Shock G, one of the best producers in hip hop, and y'all don't even put him in the company of the Pete Rocks and the Premiers and the Jermaine Dupri's and the Dr. Dre's. Lionel Dub, good looking, Lionel. Appreciate the cash app. Like Shock G produced a lot of great music. You know what I'm saying? A lot of great music for a lot of great artists. And I think that even though producers may know that he's iller than most producers, for fans, he doesn't come up in a conversation when you talk about best producers, but he's one of the best producers. He plays music. He plays various instruments. This nigga, like, y'all will put Puff as a producer before Shock G, and Puff can, where he couldn't even put his foot in Shock G's shoes if it was a size 20 shoe. He still couldn't put his foot in there. Like, Shock G is ill. Very talented brother. This is a dude that was Shock G and Humpty on the same record. Like, this dude is talented, dude. Super talented, dude. But substance abuse is taking us out. Now, Shock G was a little old. I think Shock G probably was like 57, maybe. DMX like 51, 52, maybe 50. I don't know, 50. Black Rob probably didn't even get to 50 or was about to approach 50. You got to remember, we all came into this industry around the same time and saw success around the same time. And success brings money. Money enables you to do things that you like. And if you got a lot of money, you can do a lot more of what you like. You know what I'm saying? Black Rob's 51. Thank y'all. So I say all that to say that I came in the game at 25. I'm sure X, came in 18, 19, 20. I'm sure Shock G came in late teens, early 20s. Rob, same thing. And 25 years later, these brothers is gone. So to my young niggas, don't look at me as the corny old nigga telling you don't do drugs. Look at me as the nigga that lived longer than you did. You still got to catch up to me. You still got to get some gray. Only drug I ever tried in my life was marijuana. And I don't even smoke marijuana anymore. Because the marijuana now, like, ain't like you getting you know what you're getting, all these chemical weeds just got me to the point where I just scared. Like, I'm just scared to even try anything anymore or anything. It's just too much. So I'm just saying this to say to y'all young dudes that's in your early 20s and your teens, look at those before you and see what it did to them. If you don't care and you don't plan on being here for your children and your grandchildren and to help your parents when they get elderly, then by all means, fall till you fall. But if you have ambitions and goals to do things and you're around these people in the entertainment industry, they're going to push drugs on you. It happened to me. If somebody say, hey, you want to party? Just know party doesn't mean going to rub up on some ass in the club. When they tell you you want to go party in the entertainment world, you're going to get a little cellophane bag filled with pills, cocaine, weed, ecstasy, all kind of drugs. And that's when they mean party. And they're going to offer you that, and then your life will go downhill. You remember that sweet little girl that was on In the House with LL? And when she got to Hollywood, it destroyed her, Maya Campbell. Do not let that shit be you. Have you seen DMX movie, Never Die Alone? How he went to Hollywood and turned that woman out on heroin and it was coke first? Do not let it be you. You can succeed and be in these circles without trying to be cool sniffing some cocaine. I heard Charlamagne say some time ago, he used to hang around with people in the entertainment industry and they would put coke, and just to act like he was cool, he would act like he would sniff it and sweep it on the floor. Like, why not just say, I don't do cocaine? But as you can see, a guy like him that want to be in a circle, instead of telling people, no, I don't do drugs, I don't do cocaine, he's going to fake it just to be in the circle. Who going to fake and sweep it on the floor? Bullshit. But if that's what you say you did, you did. But how many times can you fake it when a nigga, the same nigga you told that you faked that you sniffed the coke and you got away with it? What do you do when the lines is right there in front of you and they're in the party and they tell you to hit it again? You say, oh, no, I don't want, nah, we seen you hit it before. Now you got to hit it for real. Don't put yourself in that position, people. Choke, no joke, man. I love y'all for all the support. And y'all haters, y'all just made me greater and more stronger. So keep hating, because you push me to be greater. All y'all support me. Thank you so much, man. Thank y'all so much, especially in this last week, man. I know I haven't been on and I'm sorry, but it's a lot going on. I will be live tomorrow with an update on this situation. Can y'all please keep everybody in prayers? I don't have to name everybody. Just pray for us as a blanket statement, a blanket prayer for everybody, even everybody in my damn chat right now. Y'all be safe out there. It's a danger to even walk out your house now with what's going on. I seen Eddie Griffin. Shout out to Eddie Griffin, the comedian. I don't know where he got these statistics from, but he said 188 Black people was killed by cops after the verdict came out on that cop found guilty. I don't know how true it is with those numbers, but I know damn sure for sure I know somebody that got killed by a cop the next day. So several cops. You know, I'm lost for words right now because I got so much thought in my head thinking about tomorrow. But I see y'all tomorrow. For sure, I will be back tomorrow. And I will definitely keep y'all in tune with what's going on. All right. Oh, somebody asked me before I go, how do I feel about I Am Blaze on the Patreon? Good looking. He asked me, how do I feel about the guy that the Rev cut off at the end of DMX funeral? That was kind of odd to me. First of all, the dude wasn't on the main stage. I don't know how that other mic was on. Or maybe they let him get up there and they cut him. I don't know, but at that the funeral was 5 hours long, Blaze. You know what I'm saying? Like Blaze, it was 5 hours. I don't know if you ever been to a funeral, but a 2-hour funeral is too long. So a 5-hour funeral, I'm sure they was ready to go, and everybody like dude said, they took him off the program. I'm sure he was not the only person that took off the program, but I don't think that. I guess I don't think that once they asked him to stop, whatever, I think he should have just stopped, just because they was in the church, and then going back and forth with the pastor was kind of rude. Like that was DMX moment. That wasn't that man moment. And I understand he loved X and knew X, you know, before X probably was X, but it's a time and place. Brother, you wasn't the only person that didn't get to speak. There's a lot of people I felt like that should have spoke. That was a part of DMX career. But that like I said, there ain't nothing out of place. And trust me, if DMX could have been there for his funeral, a lot of shit that you saw, you wouldn't have saw. Trust me. All right? Choke no joke. I'll catch y'all tomorrow, man. Thanks for all the donations. Thanks for all the love. Y'all ignorant niggas. Y'all keep staying ignorant. I'm not even responding to y'all niggas no more. So y'all can say all the dumb shit in the chat that y'all want. You're never going to get me to respond to y'all niggas. Shout out to my moderators that held me down tonight. I wasn't really paying attention. I was trying to stay focused over on this side, so I ain't see no dumbass comments. But thank you, Bigger BX, Young Yala, Silk Team, Queen, Kiana. And if I'm missing anybody, Said Fred. Thank y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. All right, good night, y'all. Catch y'all tomorrow.